how do you think this conversation happened? So Steph calls Katie. Katie actually picks up the phone, didn't send him to voicemail. Do you think when Katie and Steph were talking, do you think from KD's lips the name Draymond was uttered, or do you think it was
There's a guy.
your guy, your boy,
Him.
that's your dude? Yeah, right. Like, cause I don't know anything, but it seems like the beef is, if there is a beef, is probably with Draymond and how the end of that thing happened. I don't, he picked up Steph's call, so they had the conversation. So it seems like they might be fine. But what do you think is the reason why Durant said, I do not want to come back to the Warriors?
It's probably not 100% Draymond, but I'd guess at least 70% Draymond. I mean, yeah, Draymond called him soft on on live television. He said that we did it without you, like leave on live television. Like if I'm Kevin Durant, like I don't think they have like the greatest relationship. Like I remember when Draymond punched Nurkic, KD in his press conference said, like, I think we need to get him some help. And Draymond went then live on his podcast and said, it really rubbed me the wrong way when Kevin Durant did that on live television instead of coming to me first and talking about it as he's on live podcast, like now outing KD. Like Draymond is like, yeah, he's made a lot of problems and maybe not gotten the proper, like oh man.
Okay. So here's another thing. Here's what I wonder. If the Warriors didn't win in 22,
I think Draymond would be gone.
Okay, now this is not even about Draymond. Does KD think he could come back here? Because Steph did do it without him, right?
Yeah, twice. Yeah, I think maybe, right? Because isn't there like a big reason? Like I think I remember you telling me, I was just a kid, like I was like 15 or something when this happened, but a big reason why KD came is because they had just lost in 2016 to the Cavs. If they were to beat the Cavs, then KD's mindset would have been, well, me and Russ were one game away from knocking out the champs. So I think we can run it back next year. But the Warriors ended up losing to the Cavaliers. So KD, instead of being one step away, was actually still 2 steps away.
Yeah.
From being the best team. So yeah, I think there's maybe a little bit of truth.
Because like, what he would hear from the national NBA is, you left those guys because you wanted to do it by yourself. You didn't do it by yourself. They did it without you. And now you're coming back because you need to chase titles.
But this is different because this isn't his choice.
I mean, it kind of is. If he can say he doesn't want to go there, then they don't trade him there. It kind of is his choice.
But he could have been like, and then they would have done it. He basically was like, I don't think so.
I think it's the national pressure that is also part. I think some of it is Draymond for sure. But I think there's also the national pressure, Charles Barkley calling him, he doesn't drive the bus and all of that. So all that stuff would come back. And, he's probably at this point in his career where he just wants to hoop. And, if he wins another title, great. But he's not going to, he got the 2 titles doing it the way that he did. And he's probably got some trauma from that, because he even said, right, like, I think this may have been in Ethan's book, something about like, he thought when he won the title, or maybe it's on Bill's podcast, when he won the title, he thought, things were going to like change. And he was like, no, like nothing changed. It's like the next day just happened. And then I was just a champion, but like his life didn't change. Right. So that, like, he learned that from that moment. I don't care about he and Draymond or this. I would have died.
Oh
to
man,
come back to the Warriors.
Yeah.
It would have been so amazing.
But I think I would agree more with the national media thing if he was like so obviously chasing a title when it feels like the Suns kind of have a less chance than the Warriors do. Like if he was like then trying to make his way to like Houston or Memphis, I would have been like, okay, he doesn't want to come back to the Warriors because he wants to do it on his own terms and like without them and without that cloud of like you had to go to the Warriors to do it. But he just like was like, I'm happy in Phoenix, and like I'm it seems like he's okay with their chances, which are slim to none. And That it does. It just sounds like not as not like him, I guess.